Valentine's Day is for taking the time to say, I love us.
Donald Trump this weekend. We are tariffing Mexico and Canada. Today, I have implemented a 25% tariff on imports from Mexico and Canada, 10% on Canadian energy, 10% on additional tariff on China. We're going to get into later in the show how USAID, through Dr. Fauci, funded the creation of the COVID virus in China. They made it. The U.S. government made COVID. Do you understand? Let's be awake on this program, okay? All right. U.S. government also created our fentanyl epidemic. It all ties together. Time is a flat circle. The fentanyl comes from China. It goes through Mexico. The United States government opens up our border with Mexico and allows Mexico, via China, to kill us all. Do you understand? To get rid of the populations, to scourge the populations throughout red states and rural areas who are predominantly affected by the fentanyl crisis, including areas where I come from, like in Iowa. And then what happens? Unlimited criminal immigration into those areas. Ladies and gentlemen, you call that replacement population. It is an evil globalist plot to destroy nations and nationalities and to kill us all. They actually want us dead. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a way to metaphorically make sure that that ideology itself is what dies. And that is what's happening right now. In quick order, let's begin. Donald Trump saying that he is going to put tariffs on Mexico and Canada, thus tanking the economies of Mexico and Canada. The economies of Mexico and Canada, we looked this up, depend on America for their GDP. How much, you would say? Is it like a couple percent? You know, is it like a few? No, 30% for Canada and 40% for Mexico of their GDP is dependent upon the United States. So you can effectively delete a third or half of the Mexican and Canadian economies by doing tariffs like this. Tariffs like this, of course, make it virtually impossible to buy these Canadian goods, to sell into or out of Canada. It cripples and causes recessions for these nations. Like overnight, the Canadian dollar collapsed, the Mexican peso threw the floor into the center of the earth upon this announcement. Donald Trump's explanation for this is very clear. I'm doing this because of the major threat of illegal aliens and deadly drugs killing our citizens, including fentanyl. We need to protect Americans. And it's my duty as president to ensure that safety for all. And I made a promise on the campaign to stop the flood of illegal aliens and drugs pouring across our borders, and Americans overwhelmingly voted in favor of it, and so Americans are going to get what they want. Mexico, initially, along with Fidel Castro's bastard son, who somehow inexplicably runs Canada. Hey, Alex, I thought he resigned. When does Justin Trudeau leave? When does he leave? Communist twinkle toes. Up north, ladies and gentlemen, very angry. Lots of bluster, lots of rage, lots of mean tweets, and lots of hysterics and histrionics. But guess what? It doesn't really matter, ladies and gentlemen. It's all noise. Talk is cheap. Actions are all that matter in this life, and now we have victory. Now we have victory! Ladies and gentlemen, President Trump announced today that the leaders of Canada and Mexico are now groveling at his feet, on their knees, begging, we'll do anything. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, it sure as hell turns out that when they effed around, they indeed found out. We can report to you right now that Mexico has decided to give President Trump literally everything that he wants. Oh yeah, we'll get into my producer's telling me make sure that we play President Trump talking mad game at Mexico. Here we go. Okay, so before we get into like exactly how badly Mexico just surrendered to Trump, I just want mean talk, okay, by President Trump. All right, just like the The freaking meanest smack talk you've ever heard. So Mexico and Canada both said, no, we're not going to do it. In fact, we're going to tariff America. Remember I told you that Mexico's 40% of their economy is dependent on America? And that 30% of Canada's economy is dependent on America? And that like literal recession happens in less than a week if President Trump goes forward with these tariffs. And President Trump said that there was no consolation. He was just going to do them. Like there's nothing you can do about it. Canada and Mexico said, well, we'll tariff America. Okay, I know you are, but what am I? They're saying, I know you are. And the American economy, we looked this up, has a dependency of 1.2% of GDP on Mexico and 1.3% of GDP on Canada. So this is called leverage in a negotiation. If somebody is coming after you and they are literally a fractional percentage of your strength, then you're not going to be worried about them, right? If they're like one of those, if you're like a bodybuilder, WWE wrestler, and one of those small midget with guys with the mask on, right? That's very popular in Mexico. Like, yeah, what are they called? Luchador, like a little luchador. Like they're funny. It's like a novelty. It's hilarious, but they're not gonna take down The Rock, okay? Or for lack of a better, what's a proper WWE wrestler? They're not gonna take down they're not gonna take on Hulk Hogan. Let's do Hulk Hogan, okay? He's our boy. It's not gonna work. It'll be funny. It'll be very entertaining to have like the little luchador like, but it's not gonna take down Hulk. It's gonna laugh. Everyone's gonna laugh. Okay, it's gonna be funny actually to watch. So that's what Canada and Mexico are doing right now. And Donald Trump is Hulk Hogan in the middle of the ring with the giant American flag, beating the ever-loving crap out of these little luchadors. And it's really fun to watch. Here's President Trump.
Are you planning to increase the tariffs against Canada?
Well, it could happen. If they do anything, we will. Canada's been very abusive of the United States for many years. They don't allow our banks. Did you know that? Canada does not allow banks to go in. If you think about it, that's pretty amazing. If we have a U.S. bank, they don't allow them to go in. Canada's been very tough on oil, on energy. They don't allow our farm products in, essentially. They don't allow a lot of things in, and we allow everything to come in. It's been a one-way street. We subsidize Canada by the tune of about $200 billion a year. And for what? What do we get out of it? We don't get anything out of it. I love the people of Canada. I disagree with the leadership of Canada. And something's going to happen there. But if they want to play the game, I don't mind. We can play the game all they want. Mexico, we've had very good talks with them. And this is retaliatory. This is retaliatory to a certain extent. Millions of people flowed into our country through Mexico and Canada. And we're not going to allow that.
According to our sources inside of the Department of Homeland Security, the number one pound for pound quantity of fentanyl pouring into America coming through the northern border, not through the southern anymore. Person per person, mule for mule, pound for pound, the northern border is where the fentanyl is coming from, not the southern any longer. And so this is a true and real problem. Justin Trudeau, on a heavy, steeping dose of Midol, decided to take the podium in Canada and try and act tough. Little luchador with his mask on, his little ball gag, gets marched out to try and like smack talk Trump. So this is Justin Trudeau's response here, ladies and gentlemen.
Tonight, I am announcing Canada will be responding to the U.S. trade action with 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods. This will include immediate tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods as of Tuesday, followed by further tariffs on $125 billion worth of American products in 21 days' time to allow Canadian companies and supply chains to seek to find alternatives.
That's my best luchador impression, right? He's a little Nacho Libre. Anyone like kind of like that? Like you ever seen that movie? Okay, this is like Justin Trudeau. It's not. It's harder to talk tough when you're doing the crying guy meme. Klein, can you find the crying guy meme? It's like the meme where the guy, bro, please don't tariff us, bro, please. That one, please, bro. This is literally Justin Trudeau. Please, Trump, don't do it. Please, come on, bro. Don't tariff us, bro. We won't be able to get our syrup, bro. Okay, we won't give you syrup. We won't give you shittier whiskey, okay, than what you can make in America, bro. All right? Have you tried it, bro? Don't tariff us, bro. All right? Don't even try, okay? Come on. Don't you like hockey, bro? Don't you like it? It's like us, bro. Okay? Stop. Come on, bro. Come on. We'll put the black lady back on the syrup for you, okay? We'll do it. We know that's what you want. We'll do it, bro. All right? Anything you want, bro. Just don't tariff us, bro, okay? Stop. Bring back Aunt Jemima. Justin Trudeau does the meme. Okay. So here's Scheinbaum. Claudia Scheinbaum, right? All right, here comes the Mexican president. Now, a reminder that the Mexican president, fresh off of her being triggered by the Gulf of America name change. Hey, Alex, do we have that clip? I really want to play that one because that was really, really fun. If we can load that up, please. So she's fresh off of a hysterical menopausal meltdown over the change of the name Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Well, of course it should be the Gulf of America. We're the ones who protect it. We're the only reason that it's valuable at all. We're the only reason anyone wants to go there. We're the entire economic driving force, and we own the vast majority of the Gulf of Mexico is American landmass. I happen to live on the Gulf of America. Won't dead name here. And so, no, we won't be changing it. She tried to threaten Trump, saying that she's now going to call America Mexican America. That's what she's going to do. So she did a whole press conference saying if you change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, we will go back into colonial times and call the landmass that was called Mexican America back in the original Spanish days of like the 1600s. We're going to call you Mexican America. The effing around period was then, and the find out period is now. Here's the Mexican president talking all tough about Trump's tariff.
Esta medida del 25% de los aranceles tiene efectos para ambos países, pero tiene efectos muy graves para la economía de los Estados Unidos, pues va a elevar los costos muchísimo de todos los productos que se exportan de México hacia los Estados Unidos. Va a tener un 25% más de costo.
I don't understand you, lady. I didn't get any of that. I just need a chalupa, okay? I'm hungry. It's been a late night. All right. My team lost. I need a chalupa. Okay. I don't understand you, lady. Just get me right and a Mexican pizza. Okay. Do you still make those? If you know, you know. If you were an OG Taco Bell fan, you'll understand the Mexican pizza. Okay. Just please. We do have the clip, and so we might as well, before we get to the good news of all of them surrendering, right? Because they recorded these videos last night. Are you aware of this? This was last night. They're all like, we're coming for you, Trump. It didn't even last 24 hours. But we do have her having a meltdown over the name change of the Gulf of Mexico, just for fun. Here we go, just real quickly.
Digo, obviamente, Golfo de México es reconocido el nombre por Naciones Unidas, un organismo de Naciones Unidas, pero el siguiente, ¿por qué no le llamamos América Mexicana? Se oye bonito, ¿no? ¿Verdad que sí? Desde 1607, la Constitución de Apatzingán era de América Mexicana.
Oh, wow. Tough guy.
Entonces, vamos a llamarle América Mexicana.
Oh, okay. Tough guy.
Se oye bonito, ¿no?
Yeah, good. Okay.
Y Golfo de México, pues, desde 1607 y además está reconocido internacionalmente. Bueno.
Okay, enough of this. Just a reminder, if you want to go, if she wants to go back into like ancient history, it's been called this since the 1600s. Well, I mean, obviously, you don't want us to go back into our history, like the 1840s, when America conquered Mexico. America like owned Mexico after the Mexican-American War. American military Marines were stationed in Mexico City, a total and complete conquest of the entire nation. Zachary Taylor was the general. And he was the warlord of Mexico City. You want to go back into those? You want to pick time periods, right? Why don't we pick time periods for Panama? Why don't we go back? We can just rewind the clock back. This lady is sitting there she is totally, completely owned by the cartels. She's in total business with the World Economic Forum. She's in an installed apparatchik of globalists to try and squeeze America. Their idea was they were going to squeeze America with these two communist globalist leaders at top and tail. And that's how they were going to contain Trump. How's that working out for you? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you don't want us to go back into the 1840s, lady. But I'm telling you what, I'm very happy to live in 2025 because here are their results, okay? All of the bluster and all the talk ends with what? Get down on your knees. Get down on your knees and say, yes, please. Can I have something like, please, anything you want, daddy. That's what just happened for Trump in the international space right now as Mexico has decided to give Donald Trump absolutely everything that they want. I just spoke with President Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico, and it's a very friendly conversation wherein she agreed to immediately put 10,000 Mexican soldiers on the border separating Mexico and the United States. These soldiers will be specifically designated to stop the flow of fentanyl, illegal immigrants into our country. We further agreed to immediately pause the anticipated tariffs for a 1-month period, during which we will have negotiations headed by the Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent, and Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick, and high-level representations of Mexico. I look forward to participating in these negotiations with President Sheinbaum as we attempt to achieve a deal for our two countries. Deal. Oh, yeah, here's the deal. Here's Claudia Sheinbaum explaining exactly how very much she loves the wall and Mexico's willing to pay for it. Get a load of this. We had a good conversation with Trump. The great respect for our relationship and sovereignty. We reached a series of agreements. Mexico will immediately reinforce the northern border with 10,000 Mexican National Guard troops to prevent drug trafficking from Mexico to the United States, particularly fentanyl. This is a perfect time for us to play the old clip. Alex, do we have the old clip? President Trump, Mexico's going to pay for the wall? Got to get the old one. Got to go on the original vintage, 2015. 2050, I want original vintage Trump. I want the real good stuff from the dark cellar, way down deep. Get me original 2016, 2015 Trump. I want the old vintage. Mexico's going to pay for the wall. We're going to build the wall and Mexico's going to pay for it. Here's Donald Trump making good on that promise. A decade-old promise. Boom. And it's coming directly from the president of Mexico. Oh, it's so beautiful. Get me that clip. The United States is committed to working to prevent the trafficking of high-powered weapons into Mexico. Okay, good, I guess, right? Yeah, okay, fine. I don't want that. What is that, like a thing that says, like, do you remember Eric Holder? Like giving all the cartels drugs and money and guns? Like Eric Holder doing that operation? It's called Operation Fast and Furious. It's like a long time ago, like this is like 15 years ago. Operation Fast and Furious, Eric Holder, at the direction of the U.S. government and at the expense of the American taxpayer, armed the cartels with guns that ended up killing Americans. If we had the ecosystem that we have now, Eric Holder would be in Guantanamo Bay, suffering for his crimes. Unfortunately, it was back during the simp, rhino, cuck era of the Republican Party that is really just like the, Washington Generals version of the Republican Party. If you understand that concept, the Washington Generals versus the Harlem Globetrotters. The Washington Generals, the goal of the Washington Generals, this fake team, was to just be a patsy, was to not actually be a team. They always lost. That was the funny part about the sketch. That's the show. The show is that the Globetrotters win and the Washington Generals lose every single time. That's what the Republican Party was for my entire life. We're living in a totally different America now. But there was a time when a dude named Eric Holder gave guns to the cartels to go kill Americans. That's what they did. They went out and they killed Americans with this. So, I mean, yes, I agree with the Mexican president here. Good. The U.S. should not be giving guns to the cartels. Agree. Mexico will pay for the wall. Agree. Do we have it? Here we go.
Mexico's going to pay for the wall because Mexico, I love the Mexican people. I respect the Mexican leaders, but the leaders are much sharper, smarter, and more cunning than our leaders. And just to finish, people say, oh, how are you going to get Mexico to pay? A politician, other than the people on this stage, I don't want to insult, a politician cannot get them to pay. I can.
It's so beautiful. ALX, it's so beautiful. People, it's so chat. I haven't done my heart to the chat yet today. Heart to the chat, okay? Can we get some Trump? Can we get Trump waving out of the windows in the chat, please? Just a couple emojis of Trump waving out of the windows for the deportations and waving at Mexico over the wall that they're paying for. It's so beautiful. Do we have another one, Killer Klein? Okay, let's do one more. Just to show. This is vintage Trump, 10-year-old Trump. Here we go.
We're going to build the wall. We have no choice. We have no choice. Build that wall. Build that wall. Build that wall. Build that wall.
Come on.
Build that wall. Build that wall. Build that wall. Build that wall.
Go in. Go in. Little did this man know. Little did he know what he was building, man. It's amazing.
So, we're going to build it. Who's going to pay for the wall? 100%. By the way, 100%.
Are we having a great time? Are you having fun yet? All right, back to Scheinbaum. Here we go. Our trade teams will begin working today on two fronts, security and trade. They're pausing tariffs for 1 month now. So there you go. There she is. They're now pausing tariffs. Total and complete capitulation. Total and complete destruction. Amazing, ladies and gentlemen. JD Vance had a great banger on this. Do we have that tweet? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, here's JD Vance. Mexico, China have been taking advantage of the United States for decades, and we're going to put up the tweet. JD Vance doing an absolute end zone victory dance on Mexico right now. Here's JD Vance sort of explaining like the thought process behind all this.
The problem with this whole idea that they're going to retaliate is they have already been taking advantage of America for decades. The retaliation is Donald Trump saying no more. We're not going to be taken advantage of anymore. And I think it's important the president is doing what he's doing. Now, look, it looks different ways and comes in different forms, whether you're talking about Canada or China or Mexico. We know that Mexico has allowed the facilitation of the illegal drug trade and illegal sex trafficking for years and has done nothing about it. If they want to be a better partner to us, the time starts now. We know the Chinese, of course, have stolen American manufacturing jobs for 30, 40 years, and also that they facilitated the trafficking of illegal fentanyl into Mexico, where the drug cartels then bring it into our country. We are sick of being taken advantage of. We still have, thank God, the biggest economy in the entire world, the best people and the best workers, but the message from President Trump to the entire world is very clear. We are done being taken advantage of, and we have a president who looks out for the interests of American citizens. Thank God we do, and we're going to try to do it the best we can.
It's so beautiful. It's like you've woken up from a horrible dream, isn't it? Like one of those really long, like you're very tired and you go to sleep for a long period of time and you had like a crazy dream and you're like, the dream was like our leaders hated us and were replacing us and were willing to poison us and destroy the lives of our children for a globalist Marxist tyranny state. and then they were selling out this country like we were the brass on the Titanic, like they just assumed that the country was sinking and going down, and then our leaders were actually partnering with like a demonic pedophile cult, like of sickos from all around the world, to usher in the destruction of this great, beautiful, moral nation, and to literally doom us all into slavery and third world conditions. Like the goal was actually to destroy the first world and all of Western civilization and pump us all into eating bugs, into like eating the bug sludge and living inside of pods, and to take away all of our rights. It is like that was the dream we were having, and somebody smacked us, woke us up, and now like we're, oh, thank God, that was all just like a bad dream. It's like a fever I had to break. It is like, then you watch clips like that. One more, I can't help myself. I can't, Killer Klein. I asked our greatest production team on earth here, I asked them to go find me Trump clips, and my cup runneth over. Do you want one more Trump clip? Can we do just one more Trump wins celebration? Klein, can we do a Trump wins? Yeah. Let's do a Trump wins, and then I'm going to show you one more vintage Trump clip. I can't get enough of these, because President Trump promised, this is probably his oldest promise kept. Am I wrong? This is Donald Trump's oldest promise kept. We're looking at videos, some of them are 11 years old, from Donald Trump's first sort of dipping his toes into, this clip is the oldest. This is possibly Trump's first time promising that Mexico will pay for the wall. First time ever on record. This is an 11-year-old clip. Talk about a man of his word. What a wonderful arc we're all living in. Here's a Donald Trump wins, your Donald Trump wins moment of the show. We gotta play it. Yeah.
We are going to build a wall. Don't worry about it. And hey, wait a minute. And who's going to pay for the wall? Who's going to pay for the wall? Who's going to pay for the wall? I've never done that before. That's actually cute. I swear. I've never done that before.
Isn't that great? Thank you to the production team here for telling me I must play this clip. How exciting is that? How fun is that? What an amazing, that's actually cute.